Chapter 39. The Cruise Ship and the Sailboat. Quote, "I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship." Unquote. Louisa May Alcott. Which is more powerful? Which uses more power? Which are you? They are analogies as personality types or energy sources within us. We're either the cruise ship or the sailboat. Let's have a quick look at both types. The cruise ship. Massive power. Massive power. It can transport 5,000 plus people and seems to glide through the roughest of seas. It's a floating fortress, a city on the water. It's magnificent. The engine room is a churning, burning center of hot energy. It's constantly pushing out the force to propel the vessel forward, but it also has an insatiable need for more and more energy to burn. It's loud in the engine room, it's dirty, and everyone in there is wearing earplugs and is covered in soot. It's impressive, powerful, and daunting. Massive power forward, but it comes at a cost. Turning is difficult and slow. In fact, stick to the course you're on and try not to diverge too much because it takes such effort to make a shift. That said, if you're powering forward, it's going to be difficult to stop you. We all just hope you're going the right way. When things break down, there's not much to do other than try to fix all of the complicated parts that make up the engines and the rotors and the propellers. You may occasionally run out of fuel. You can replenish the tanks, which can be draining, time-consuming, or even prohibitively expensive, financially or otherwise. In order to prevent things from breaking down, you usually want to keep the ship afloat and churning at all costs. The sailboat. The sailboat glides through the water like a fish, more like it belongs in the water, moving almost with the water, as if it's going downstream, as if the entire ocean is streaming in the direction the sailboat is going. Not only is the propulsion of this vessel through the water effortless, it could even gather more power. Because the force driving the motion is not your own, we could harness even more power through bigger sails, a better knowledge of sail positioning, or even water intake. Because this energy is coming from somewhere other than ourselves, we only need to guide it in the direction we want to go. Make sure the sails are properly aligned to gather the most efficient and effective gusts of wind, and sit back and decide where to go next. Agile and natural, it can be more powerful than any engine. If, however, there is little or no wind, you're not really going anywhere. There's that little outboard backup motor, but it's mostly for emergencies and putting around while you're waiting for the source energy, the wind, to pull you forward once again. The wind picks up and all you need to do is guide the path forward. Adjust the sails, the smaller ones, the larger ones, the ropes and pulleys. It's more like you're holding on and going with it. You're using power that is not yours, is larger than yourself, and you are just along for the ride. It can become effortless once you get the handle of it and understand it, or at least accept that this is so. You can also try to fight it, to go against it, and you might have some successes, but in the end, you will succumb. The wind wants to go in the same direction as you're going. It wants to take you that way. You can also angle your direction to get the most use of the wind at its greatest strength. It's the way you're supposed to go anyway, so surrender and let it take you. Do you resonate clearly with one or the other? Back in Passion and Perseverance, you hopefully felt like the cruise ship, powerful, unstoppable, churning through the roughest of high seas. Patience might teach you to abandon ship, change course, or row the dinghy to the sailboat in the distance. When you climb aboard, you feel it immediately. You feel the power of play, and what was pushing and churning is now pulling and sailing. Welcome aboard. Possible, motor. Impossible, row upstream. Repossible. Sail.